Good morning, everyone. Welcome to More Money Conversations with Stef and Drew and Ray, my dad, as well. This is the Christmas edition. As you can see, Andrew is sporting the Christmas hat.
Ho, ho, ho.
And I have the red tie to go with it. So we have our warm drinks. I hope you guys brought your warm beverages as well to join us. And thank you for everyone for joining us and supporting us throughout this journey. I think we recently had our anniversary, 1 year doing Morning Money Conversations, and I'm delighted to share this Christmas edition with you guys. And we're kind of just organically sharing Christmas celebration in our lens view, and hopefully you can share it as well, if you'd like to as well. So thank you for everyone for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, Steph. Yeah, Steph said we started this journey about a year ago. Andrew and Stefan and myself as the moderator, and we started off having these financial conversations, speaking about insurance products and worse mortgages for retirement. But then those are such very serious subjects that we decided halfway through to switch it up. So we started having these lifestyle conversations where we still focus on the wealth creation journey, but we wanted to be a little more engaging and a little more fun, while still being educational and informative. So here we are in December. I mean, for all of us, Christmas is one of the more important holidays for us. You said I'm just sporting this Christmas hat and the Santa Claus beard. You got a black Santa in the house.
Best looking black Santa alive.
There you go. So we just want to have fun and just share some of our experience with you. And that sort of stuff. So Andrew, what was your experience over the last
Before we
year?
get into that, first I want to celebrate us being in person. We started this journey 100% virtual. Ray, you've been in Florida, you're in Mississauga, I'm in Whitby. So for us to be in the same room, hey, this is the first.
First and many
more. So I just want to celebrate that in itself of being here. So yes, you were going on to starting us on how we kind of want to celebrate with those joining us today about what Christmas is about and some of the financial tips that we may drop here and there. So make sure you stay tuned.
Yeah. Yes, Andrew, you tell us what was your experience over the last year? I mean, Steph and I are father and son, and you are my friend. I've known Andrew now for about 10, 12 years. How did you find the journey interacting with myself and Steph doing the conversations over the last year?
Well, I tell you what, it's funny you ask that question because, like you said, the relationship started with you. So I kind of knew already your temperament. I knew kind of what you were going to bring to the table as far as knowledge, as far as just experiences and different ways of looking at things. So the unknown for me was your son, Steph. Okay. But it's crazy to see how similar you guys, in the way you guys talk and the way you guys think and analyze certain things. And that to me made me just kind of a little bit at ease, because I know he's going to bring that same level of professionalism to this venture. And then when we had our one-off conversations, it was nice to see that we had the same pain points of what it means to be in business, what it means to collaborate, what it means just to be a Black professional in this environment. And I think over the time, it just has been pebbles of being able to build something that's going to be long-standing.
That is interesting. I like the fact you mentioned the word collaborate, because that's like a difficult word for a lot of people in the Black community.
Oh, it's tough.
The expectation of a lot of people is very unrealistic. So I mean, to build something that goes beyond the 2-3 month dating period is really commendable. I mean, I've had the pleasure of working with my son Stefan since 2016. And I mean, sometimes we have different perspectives because our lived experiences are very, very different. But we respect each other's perspectives and opinions, and we always come to a happy medium. Because at the end of the day, there's a bigger goal in mind, and that goal is, for me, it's the legacy. What can I do as an immigrant to North America to make my children's life different. So to be constantly at war with the people closest to me is distracting from that process. You know, so, but yeah, enough of me. What was your experience, Steph? 12 months in.
12 months in, I noticed with Andrew when he walked in our office, one, he was on time. That's a
Key
big thing for
point.
me because
He's
I'm
on
very
time.
punctual and to me that shows a lot of character and it shows that he took importance to what we were trying to build together. And what my dad mentioned, like they knew each other, but at the time when we made the meeting, my dad didn't know it was Andrew that he met before. So it was interesting that how that full circle moment came together.
That's true, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it was so it was a full circle moment when that happened. And what I noticed with Andrew, he doesn't wait till things get done. He takes initiative and you know, everyone has their strengths and when we put it all together, we built something great. And I felt like, you know, people what I've heard from people who attend and listen at the time, they're like, they see the chemistry and it's not just formulated. We just, you know, it didn't happen overnight. You know, there's a lot of background work that people don't know. We spent a lot of time together and I enjoy every minute of it. Getting to know each other, you know, my dad and Andrew, like, not just on morning conversation, it's just as men in their lives. So
Well, what I don't think a lot of people know is that before we even meet on this show monthly, we meet every week
yeah,
on Tuesday at 10 o'clock sharp by virtual. And that's what a lot of people don't know. People think they just get onto a Zoom call or a collaboration and they just think it's going to work.
yeah,
But it takes a lot of work behind the scenes to
Yeah.
make it work. And these men have showed up to every meeting. And if there was going to be an issue that they would let know, you know, can't make it due to whatever. So there's always been a respect level, which has been there consistent. And I think that's what goes into a part of collaborating that keeps it respectful and makes it successful in the end.
Yeah, and that is so true. I mean, those meetings are usually anywhere from half an hour to an hour and 45 minutes. And that is the real bonding for us as men. We are different generations, you know, Steph is my son, so there's almost a 30-year age gap between myself and Stefan. Andrew, I'm not gonna take his age, but he's a lot younger than I am.
I'm just so people can buy their Christmas gifts and birthday gifts ahead of time. Next January is my birthday.
Okay.
I'll be turning.
Okay, so
So-
5 and 0. So that's a milestone
Yes, it
birthday.
is.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in the Caribbean. Andrew grew up in Ottawa. Steph is Canadian by birth. So our realities were so different. Our perspectives were different. I mean, I came to Canada when I was 25 years old. So my formative years have been in the Caribbean. Right? You know, but yeah, those meetings on Tuesday are very important. And we plan to record those meetings and start sharing snippets because those are unfiltered conversations. Like, this is a more filtered, it's not filtered, but we're here, you know, we got a general audience.
More reserved.
A little more reserved. But those conversations, we basically speak about every single subject, from life in Canada, being Black in North America, you know, fatherhood, you know, relationships, all sorts of stuff. You know, but yeah, so
Actually, sorry to interrupt, but maybe this is a good point to maybe give people online the chance to ask us a question that they maybe have been wondering about us.
yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a
Right?
good
If you got any questions you want to ask us, you can take yourself off mute and ask the question or put it in the chat. If you take yourself off mute, it's fine with us. Just ask the question. You know, we'll try to answer it as clearly as possible. You know what I mean? But yeah, for us, it was a learning journey. When we started out, I basically moderated the conversations and Steph and Andrew did presentations.
Oh boy, was that ever scripted.
And that was very scripted. I felt awkward, I felt uncomfortable. And it just didn't feel right for me. So halfway through, Andrew suggested, why don't I become part of the conversation? I said, well, this is not about me, this is about Stef and Drew. And they insisted because they thought I had much to bring to the equation in terms of my experience. you know, so we agreed to do that. I mean, our first conversations were also a bit awkward because both Steph and I are very introverted. This whole camera reality is not our thing, you know. We like to meet in person across from in our office. I call it home court advantage. Um, you know, use a basketball analogy. So meeting you having this virtual stuff was very, very awkward for me and difficult. Andrew is more comfortable because he's very active with his Instagram stuff. He enjoyed it, but I learned to become less self-conscious and just focus on what I had to say and ignore the camera. And I think I started evolved and done a lot better. But what do you have to ask us? Like, what do you?
Yeah,
I think it's a
go ahead.
question.
Right. So I'm paying attention because I am looking to attract a similar type of partnership. And I thought about it, and then you said it, Andrew. So that's pretty cool. It
Mhm.
means there's a sharing of minds there. I met oh my gosh, I'm gonna say Stefan. Not I meant your name is on the tip of my tongue.
Ray, Stefan?
So Ray's dad, Stephen
Ray.
is stuff.
I met Ray. Yes, I know that. For whatever reason, Ray, your name slipped my tongue
That's
just
okay.
now. So we met. Oh Lord, it's been a long time since I met
Yeah,
you, Ray.
more than 10
And
years ago.
yeah, I kind of allowed myself to be mentored by you virtually. You probably wouldn't have known that, right? So I followed you quite a bit, and then we met. And so my question is, how did you guys first meet? Like, was it organic? Did okay, so
You want me
it,
to take the step?
who was it it's Steph
You
that
answer that.
invited
Okay, you
Andrew
answer that.
to the forum?
So
You
Like,
give them
explain
your
that
opinion
part.
when you
How
first
did-
met.
I'll give
how
you
did
my
that-
version. I'll give you my version,
Okay,
and then Ray can give his version. So, like I said, Ray, we met way at least going on over 10 years, over 15 years,
Yeah,
maybe.
so that's a long time. Yeah.
Over 15 years ago, where we collaborated on in-person seminars. It was me, Ray, another mortgage agent, another realtor.
Barrington
Barrington.
Lewis, great guy. Barrington,
Right.
a good friend of mine.
So we had a vision back then of
And
doing
don't
these,
forget Jelani, man.
and don't forget Jelani as well.
Jelani, the virtual car dealer. I bought
Right.
all my
I
cars.
met you guys when you were part of that crew. I met you when you were a part of that crew because I know all of those names that you just said.
Okay, so you see how the world is small. So that's how I first met Ray and got involved in working with him in that fashion. And then we fast forward to now. His son is involved, and we're doing pretty much the same thing, just virtually.
Actually, Comino just joined us in the chat. He was actually at those sessions we had with myself, Andrew, Jelani, and Barrington way back. At the time, Comino, I'm going to call you out Comino. Comino just finished university. I think Comino has a degree in economics. Great guy. He's from West Africa. Comino and I actually communicate quite a lot. Now, he found me on LinkedIn a few months ago, and I now connect him to a colleague of mine who has a tea business in England, in the UK, who does a lot of business in Ghana. So collaboration takes time. I need you guys to understand that. 15 years later, Steph was probably still in high school at the time, and here we are sitting together. So there's no quick fix to this journey, right? And that's why I say a lot of times within our environments here, people expect a monetary reward very quickly after your second or third interaction. So 15 years and his entire life, right? So, and then there's Dr. Vibe. So Dr. Vibe is the guy I gotta actually thank for making me comfortable on camera. He interviewed me back in 2021 during the pandemic. And I told him, I'm not a camera guy, I don't want to do this stuff. But when I go back and look at my conversations, I'm thankful for Dr. Vibe to give me the platform. I used to do a monthly show on his morning show about real estate and financing and investing. So if you want to see those conversations, you can visit the Dr. Vibe channel. And if you want to see our conversations, you can visit the Morning Money Conversation YouTube channel. But yeah, it's as Andrew said, it was a very organic interaction. So when Steph told me he met this guy on LinkedIn, He didn't tell me Andrew Stroke. He told me something totally different. What did you tell me, Steph?
I messed up his last name. So
Yeah.
he has a very
So-
common last name.
So I didn't know what he was talking about. So I'm saying, and I have one principle in life. I meet everybody. I don't ignore the chance to meet somebody new. Because I never know where that conversation is going to take us. Either take me or take that person. Whether they're going to mentor me, but I'm going to mentor them, or there's a chance for us to collaborate either today or in the future and do any kind of business. So Steph gave me this name, and I said, I don't know what you're talking about, son. Then, so Andrew walks in the door one day. I thought he just popped in to see me, not knowing that this was the guy I was supposed to meet. And I haven't seen Andrew probably in 10 years by this time.
Mhm.
And we just picked up where we left off. And it is interesting the amount of commonality we have with our personalities. Andrew's much more outgoing than the two of us are. Probably not, but
It's
I
what we
mean,
see.
I'm reserved as well.
Yeah.
But I
but
think what everybody has the capability to do is to, we'll call it code switch, but become who they really are once they become really comfortable with the environment that they're in. And part of what we're trying to build here is, and why we started meeting every Tuesday, was to become more comfortable with being our authentic selves with each other.
Yeah.
Like, we all know this. Black people generally respect their elders. So there's certain things that you won't say or do, or, outwardly, be offensive to, your elder. But the more that you're able to sit down with them and become more,
so are you calling me the elder? Is that what you're doing?
yeah, I'm outright. You're outright now.
You're a
No,
cool
look at
elder,
me.
Ray. You're a cool elder. Put it into perspective. You're a very cool elder.
Very
Like,
cool.
Thank you
elder.
very
Very
much.
cool. He's not your
Yeah,
typical
trust
elder.
us.
No, I
Trust
mean,
us
let's put
on
that in
that.
context.
Yeah,
Trust
he's not your
us.
typical
Yeah,
elder.
he's not.
Hey,
So-
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%. But yeah, I just wanted to add that in. And it also goes back to saying, I think it's important never to really burn your bridges.
Yeah.
Right? We tried something 15 years ago.
It didn't work.
last, but
Actually, it worked, but it didn't last.
It didn't last,
Let me
right?
correct that. It didn't last. Yeah,
but
it
it's
worked.
also important to make sure that the people that you do respect, there's no sense to end relationships when there's no need to end relationships, because you never know when it's going to come back around. I.e. Stefan giving me just a random message he sent me too, because it was just out of the blue. He's like, hey, I've been seeing your content, kind of like what you're doing. Do you mind meeting up? And I was like, bet. Let's see what happens.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thanks, Charlie, for joining us this morning.
I joined out of curiosity. I
Curiosity-
joined because everything Ray's involved in is always outstanding and a stepping stone to something else. And I'm quite impressed with the fact that what we're doing here is collaborating, sharing valuable information, working on strategies for the future, that somebody could pick up a portfolio and say, hey, this is what's in the making, and this is the outcomes that we expect. I can't stay on the call too long because I have another meeting at 11.
Thank
But
you.
I just wanted to tell you that I'm really intrigued and I support everything that's going on.
Thank you very much. That
Thank
means
you
a whole
very
lot
much.
to us.
So
you.
Thank you
thanks.
for joining.
Happy holidays.
And
Take
Merry
care.
Christmas to you.
Happy
Thank you.
holidays.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
I'll see you.
holidays.
I'll talk to you before, Ray.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. That means a whole lot to me. And that's the indication of what we're trying to do. I mean, we want to have money conversations that are not complex and complicated. And there's no shortage of financial information out there. Everybody's a financial guru. I am not. I tell people all the time, I've made more mistakes than I care to recall in my life when it comes to money and lifestyle decisions. But what I do have is the experience to share with those who want to listen so that they don't make those same mistakes. So my primary purpose is to share that stuff with Andrew, Stefan, Darren, Alika, Andrew's daughters, my audience, Comina, everybody, so they understand that listen, you don't, if you go this way, this will happen. If you go this way, that will happen. Because I have taken both those paths already. So it's not about financial products and whether you have enough life insurance or don't have enough life